My name is Lincoln Caplice, and I'm the director of The Desert Said Dance. The Desert Said Dance is a feature-length documentary about four men entering into the 2019 Baja 1000, the longest non-stop point-to-point motorcycle race in the world. And this film follows their journey towards the race and the race itself. Going into Mexico from San Diego and Southern California, there's a lot of hesitancy and fear and trepidation surrounding going to Mexico. But for us, it was a pleasure the entire time. The locals and the people there are so lovely. It was a real contrast to see what people kind of said about the place and to be on our toes, but to live it and to be amongst it all, it was a real privilege. Probably one of the biggest highlights for everyone on the trip, the day that we organized everyone to be shot with the helicopter for the first time. We had the entire team on a beach at sunset. Nick had come all the way from Portugal that day. We had actually gotten some fireworks from the other side of the peninsula earlier that day as well. And we kind of just topped it all, that ride off with some drinks and some fireworks being let off. And that was kind of like the last moment we all kind of really had together before everyone split across the peninsula and the real preparation and the race began. The production crew behind The Desert Said Dance was a very small, tight-knit family. And then there was obviously a huge array of support and other crew members that jumped along the trip. On the race itself, we had a helicopter plus 4 teams on the ground split across the entire peninsula to capture the action. And some of those guys didn't even manage to capture anything on the day. It's so incredibly difficult to find the paths of where these motorcycle riders are going. On the race day itself, we didn't sleep for about 28 hours or so. We were all there to capture everything we possibly could at any time of the day. But that also culminated in the race itself, which is essentially a 24-hour race. And if the riders are up, then we're up. We ended up shooting from about midnight the night before all the way through to, I think, 4 or 5 a.m. the next night. We traveled across the entire top half of the Baja Peninsula, and the place is littered with characters. One particular moment I remember in San Felipe is the mariachi band. They were a bunch of legends just having the best time, playing songs for whoever walked by, and once we got the camera up and running, they were more than happy to perform for us. At the same time, there was also a guy on a three-wheeler cutting laps around the main street, and I think he saw that the camera was out and he was more than happy to perform. This film is a huge nod of the head to Bruce Brown's On Any Sunday. When Forrest and Harry first approached me with this idea, that was very firmly planted in their mind. The romanticism, the fun-loving nature of On Any Sunday, we're hoping that our film, The Desert Said Dance, ages and stands the test of time, just like Bruce Brown's On Any Sunday. When we were in Ensenada, the entire crew basically had breakfast, lunch, and dinner at a place called El Trailero. So shout out to El Trailero. I don't actually eat meat, but so I got my head around the beans and the cactus, but everyone else getting stuck into the carne asada and the pork tacos, just going ham. The biggest lesson I learned on this documentary was just to be as open as possible to storylines or direction of the film. Going to a documentary like this, you might think you know what the outcome is, but ultimately along the way it will probably change. You'll get to learn more about yourself as well as the subject matter. I think people, when they see the film, the biggest lesson for the audience generally is about the moments in life that are challenging are often the most rewarding. And I think that's probably what I got out of this film in making it.